Happy Friday. I have no idea what time it is. Almost 9 o'clock. All right, so it's almost 9 o'clock. Before we get into the weekend shenanigans, I did want to say thank you to Mizzen for sponsoring this weekend vlog. I have been sitting on this brand since I got Invisalign, which was the first week in June. So it's been a good 2.5 months. So Mizzen is like a houseware brand where they have the most amazing saute pans or skillets. I forget that not everyone is as obsessed with like kitchen things as I am. So they're skillets and knives, particularly their chef knife, which we'll get into later today when I make dinner. And I wanted to share it with you guys for a while, but I just didn't have the right setting, you know, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but we redid our kitchen and it almost gave me 17 aneurysms. So we'll get into it later. It was so important for me to do this partnership because you guys know I love cooking. It's what I used to do before YouTube. And I think it's one of those things that is a lost life skill. I feel like as time has gone on, not everyone's learning how to cook. And then when you decide, you know what, I think it's important that I learn, it's really overwhelming. Like the options, the types of knives, the types and brands of cookware and things like that. So it can be very daunting, very overwhelming. And it could be something that you just quickly decide, you know what, never mind, I'm just gonna stick to Uber Eats. So we're gonna talk about that later today. But today I woke up feeling like emotionally itchy, mentally itchy, and that's just the best way I can describe it is when I start to feel overwhelmed with my space, particularly my dresser and my closet. So it's been a while that my closet turns me off as opposed to turns me on. So when I walk in, I don't feel inspired to come up with a cute outfit. In fact, I'll reach for the same like 5 shirts because they feel safe, and then I just leave everything else just there. So my closet is doing me a huge disservice right now. I've been meaning to declutter it. I've been meaning to organize it. I've had this big rack full of things that I want to post on my Poshmark. And so it's just one of those things where I have to sit down and just work my way through it. There's no easy way to do it. It's not one of those things where you just kind of pull off the rack. I think I've gotten to the point where I need to actually physically put it on to see if it even fits anymore. I've been going to Pilates since May, and my body has changed a lot. I haven't lost any weight, which wasn't the point of Pilates, by the way, but just like a random fact. I haven't lost any weight. My body's gotten bigger, so my clothes fit so differently now. My butt's actually gotten bigger, so my jeans fit really weird. None of my jeans are comfortable right now. There are a few that I kind of like and enjoy, and some that I would sacrifice my comfort just because they look cute. But in general, most of my jeans don't really fit me in a way that serves me. So I have to just kind of hunker down today, focus, and really tackle my dresser and my closet. The thing is that I'm waiting for some organizers to arrive from Amazon. They're supposed to arrive today, but you guys know with Amazon, it could be first thing in the morning or it could be at 11 p.m. So I have no idea when that's gonna arrive, but if I keep making excuses for myself, I just won't do it. I did want to show you guys this nightshirt, nightie. I just got it at Kohl's. It is the cutest pajama ever, and it has pockets. All right, you guys, let me just do a little modesty arms. But how cute is that? Look at, it's so comfy. And it's that fabric that is, I don't know, like soft? There we go. It's like furry. It's like fuzzy and furry. It has slits down the sides. And then look, so you can put a snack in there. You can put a snack before you go to bed. Look at how cute this tumbler is. So I got this tumbler in my P.O. box a few weeks ago. Weeks? I don't know. I picked it up late. They almost returned it on me since I don't really go to my P.O. box that often. But it's from a shop called Sincerely Sarah Lynn. And I don't know if you guys notice anything in particular here, but I think Sarah and her mom really know us well. She nailed that love for my chartreuse. How pretty is that? It says Danny on it, and then on the back side, like, don't act like you know me, Sarah Lynn. When life gives you limes, make margaritas. that cute? I love it. So if you guys want to support her, she has an Etsy shop. Here's her information. I love when you guys send me notes that you watch me with your dad or your husband or your mom or your cousin. It's like the best compliment, because I have channels like this where I'm like, hey, Sam, or hey, Mom, have you watched so-and-so and so-and-so? Like, are you caught up? Thank you, Sarah Lynn, for thinking about us. I really love this little guy. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So let me show you guys kind of what I'm working with here. This is my dresser. Parker's dresser's over here. And my dresser's always been one of my most favorite focal points in my bedroom, but it is also one of the worst functioning pieces ever because of the curve. You guys see the curve? So the curve makes it really hard for me to organize a dresser like this. And it also is on wood rails. So if you don't soap them up, they have like, rail, it's like a rail wax or soap that you put on the bottom, and it makes it easier for them to come out, but they're super hard and heavy to pull out. So this whole situation is full, but what's particularly driving me crazy is this drawer here, which are my leggings, because I have noticed recently that I will pull some out and I quickly change into a different pair. I don't know, maybe I've realized what's more functional for me with the classes I'm taking, but anyway, I really got to get through this, and this isn't working anymore. I think I have to stand them up when I store them. Sideways like this takes up so much room, and it's not really helping your friend out here. So we got to go through this. These two drawers here are full of jeans, and I need to kind of figure that situation out. And then my closet is over here, and this is an unnatural, unhealthy amount of shoes. So these are all my shoes. The bottom two rows are Parker's, and then Parker has that rack there. But these are all my shoes, and a lot of them I feel, or I've realized, are emotional shoes. Like, I want to hold on to them because they remind me of something, but not because they're functional to me anymore. I gotta go through those. And then this is my closet. Like, this is my area. So it's just, I think it's full of fluff. It's full of fluff and stuff that's just not necessarily functional to me anymore. Or rather, I don't need 6 shirts of the same style in different colors, etc., etc. So I really have to get through it. It's entertaining, but at the same time, it's also a lot of just busy work. And so if you don't have the focus, I could definitely get squirrely with a project like this. So we're going to tackle that today. Hopefully we can get a really good, I'd love to be able to get rid of like half a row of stuff and then just alleviate some of the stress, like the bulk. That would really help me feel less, what's the word? You know, when in your own space you feel crowded, you know, crowded in your mind, or crowded, just you walk in here and you're just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable. So a lot of stuff is worth posting on Poshmark. A lot of the stuff isn't, and I'd rather just donate it. We're gonna do that today. Parker's at work. It's Friday. He's going to the gym after work. So we have a pretty good time to really just tackle all this stuff. I feel like I had to update you guys on other things. We're not going to have the boys this weekend because they are in Arkansas. They're going on a little road trip with their dad and his fiance and daughter. And it's like their last hurrah before they start school next week. It kind of is exciting, but it also makes me super nervous because it's a new school, and I don't know. They're so brave about the whole thing, but at the same time, I'm like, I think I'm more nervous than they are, you know? But anyway, I am going to put on some modesty clothes so that I can actually try on stuff and really get a good, I really want to make a dent in this closet. There's so many things. Okay, watch. You guys remember that yellow skirt? This yellow skirt I wore to my very first meetup when I was a part of that Sally Beauty brand collab. Do you remember the brand collab? It's still out right now, but it just wasn't a good fit for me. I didn't like the project. I didn't like the way they handled things. So I very gracefully bowed out of the project, but I wore that skirt with hot pink pumps. And it's just such a good memory for me because I was able to meet you guys here locally in Dallas, but I don't have a use for that skirt anymore. I bought this skirt here because I thought it was a good idea, and it still has the tags on it. You know, I'm like, when is the next time that I'm gonna have, this is like a really great skirt for like, I don't know, a first communion, a baptism, maybe like a daytime spring wedding, but holding on to things for the I might need is not, it's just not smart, especially when it causes me like mental load stress. So we're gonna go through this together, you guys. Who's ready? Who's excited? Who's not? 1 o'clock. So since I last checked in, all I've been doing is decluttering and semi-organizing, because I'm still waiting for the dividers to arrive for our dresser. So, you know, little mister. Where's Fatty Boy? Where's my Fatty Magoo? There's my Fatty Magoo. So I feel pretty good about it. Let me show you guys what the closet ended up looking like. It feels a lot more, whoa, the door's closed. It feels a lot more breathable. Check this out. Oh, look at that. There was never all that space right there. So what I did was I kind of, well, I took a ton of shoes out. I actually decluttered a bunch of shoes, and then I flip-flopped. So these are all like the heels, the stilettos, the shoes that I wear like maybe once every few months. And then I brought down my cowboy boots, which I wear a ton, and for some reason I had them all the way up here. Those are all my winter boots, like the really warm, comfy ones that I wear every day, but that's gonna be a long time before I could use those. So I kind of switched these two sections, and then this was down here and I put it up there. These are all my flats and my sandals that are all relevant right now. And then on this side, all of this was closed. Do you remember? All of this up to here was closed. And so what I did is I was able to bring up all the clothes to this middle section. These are all my dresses, and then those are all the jackets. So it's pretty lightweight. It's breathable. Like I feel like it's not so crazy anymore. Hello. What are you doing? Do you want to be a part of this tour? Because you're so handsome? Yeah? I moved our steamer, which was just sitting here in the middle of the floor. So that's kind of our little accomplishment this morning. And then obviously you guys saw all the decluttering that I did for my dresser, but like I said, I haven't been able to, like, I moved my pajamas up one level, and then I made all my jeans fit into one drawer, which feels like a huge, huge victory. And then all of this stuff here, I have to post all of this, not this bag. I know you guys love that bag. All of this has to go on Poshmark at some point. I got a ton of jeans, I got shoes, more shoes over there. I got a bunch of sunglasses, which are gonna be a little bit hard to photograph, but we're gonna try. Some new Converse down there. Dresses. I even got some winter jackets from the boys' closets that I thought. What I do when I declutter is I see if it's something that, like retail price wise, is actually worth selling, you know, because if it's something that I got at Kohl's for $4, $5, $6, I'd rather just donate it. Oh, Parker's texting me. I'd rather just donate it or get rid of it or do something, but not really sell it on Poshmark, because you guys have to pay for shipping and it's like a whole thing. So only things that I think hold value still, like one of these, like these boys' jackets. There's like a, this is a Gap down jacket. It's like a little North Face jacket. So stuff like that. I still have to go through this, and some of the stuff I might not even post, but it's kind of what we have going on right now. These boots. Man, I love these, and they were sold out for a long time. I finally got my hands on them, and then I've worn them like twice. So gotta post those. But yeah, that's kind of our situation, right, Bumpy? That's all we got going on. So for now, I just kind of have to wait for Amazon to deliver our packages. There will be other stuff that arrives that I'll show you when it gets here. So we're just gonna hang out and wait for a few packages to arrive. I'm gonna keep organizing, decluttering. I'm gonna go through all that stuff that I have in my little Poshmark area and see if some of that stuff I do wanna list or maybe not. The listing process is so tedious because you have to photograph it. Some things you have to put on just so that you can actually see what it looks like. But it's such a productive day. I feel like I needed to tell you guys something. Oh, so we have automatic sensor soap dispensers. Parker had a foam one, and I had a just like a regular lotion sanitizer, like that kind of viscosity pump. Both of ours broke. And the Simple Human warranty policy is a nightmare. It's not very easy. They don't make it easy for you. I just don't want to deal with that again. I tried to find some sensor pumps on Amazon, and they all have seemingly similar reviews, which are, it works for a while and then it stops working, which is basically what happened to the two Simple Human ones we have. So it's like, why do you want to pay such a high price for a brand? You're basically just paying for the name brand. where it functions the same as random no-name products. So I told Parker, I was like, do we really need sensor soap dispensers? I don't know if this is important to you, but I think I'm just gonna get like an actual pump, like just a regular pump, you know, like the olden days where you actually push the soap out. It's what the kids have in their bathrooms, albeit they break everything. So we never thought we should drop coin on a sensor pump. I swear the soap, I don't know why they break them all the time, even the girls. We just ordered some matte black ones that will match our fixtures, and it's like 20% of the price of a sensor pump. So that's what I'm actually waiting for right now. And then the organizers will arrive later. I don't know why I'm so wordy right now. Well, usually, but that's the update. That's the current update. I'd like to not look like this for the rest of the day, but I'm actually kind of comfortable. Look at big stretchy pants, my Fortnite shirt. Mateo would be so proud. Hey you guys, it's 3:30. Parker will be home in about an hour, and I promised to make dinner. And today I'm gonna do one of my favorite easy go-to dishes when it's just he and I. We love to make fish tacos, but I am not a fan of deep frying at home. So I just buy breaded fish at the supermarket, breaded, beer battered, extra crispy, whatever you can find in the freezer section. And you just air fry it or put it in your oven and put it in a tortilla with something that feels fresh, whether it's like a fresh mango salsa, a fresh guac. Today we're going to do a cilantro coleslaw, which is one of my favorites. I don't know about you, but as I've gotten older, the vegetables that I would totally steer away from are now my favorites. But before I show you how I do this coleslaw, I did want to talk to you guys about the sponsor of this weekend vlog, which is Misen. And that is Misen, like Mise en Place, or Liam Neeson, my husband. Now, mise en place is a French culinary term that means a place for everything and everything in its place. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I have going on right here. And this is actually how I like to set up when I'm going to cook. It helps me think better, it helps me go faster, it helps me stay cleaner, and it helps me just stay way more organized when I know where everything is. That is the concept, and that is where the name of this brand came from. The star of the show, or what we're going to be talking about today, is their chef's knife. Now, I told you guys at the beginning of this vlog that I was so eager to share this with you guys, and I had to kind of restrain myself because we didn't have a kitchen. So I was using it with my cutting board out in the living room. It was such an easy yes for me after using the knives, because I can tell you I have spent over $200 per knife building my knife collection and regretting it after spending months or years using a specific product. The cool thing about Misen knives is that they are super high quality knife. I feel like I need a headset, you know? Do you guys ever go to those fairs and they're like selling knives, but there's like those really not reliable, very dangerous knives with their little headset, and they're doing little demos for you guys? Where's my headset? The cool thing about these knives, and the very first thing I noticed, was the weight difference. So they are very easy to handle. Don't do this unless you are, you know, seasoned, pun intended, with handling knives. It's a very, very easy knife to hold. Primarily when it comes to the handle and down here, this is actually the bolster part of the knife. And this metal that you see running through here is called the tang. So the first thing from touching the knife was the weight. It is a knife that feels very balanced. The handle isn't super heavy, the blade isn't super heavy. The second thing that you will notice is that there is a curve right up against where the bolster of the knife and the handle meet. And so that facilitates you holding the knife safely and chopping in a proper way. So I told you guys you have to choke on the handle and you have to pinch the blade when you're cutting things so that you don't hurt yourself. Now, most knives, you will notice that at the bottom, they actually have a sharp 90-degree angle, or like a corner. And so that doesn't make you want to choke on the handle of the knife. In fact, it feels a little rough down here at the bottom or almost unsafe because it is so sharp. So besides the balanced weight and this nice curvature at the bottom, I love the fact that Misen knives have the tang running through the handle. Now that for me is super important because I use my knives a lot. I wash my knives a lot. And these are items almost like makeup brushes, where if you wash your makeup brushes too much, they fall apart. Well, when you have a knife where the tang doesn't run through the handle of the knife, eventually these two parts will separate. That's not gonna happen with a knife like this because the tang runs all the way through the handle. You can see it all the way across, all the way down. Essentially, the tang is connected to the blade, so it's just one piece of steel. You guys, when I got out of culinary school, I was so obnoxious. I was like, I'm gonna run and get some Shun knives. Shun knives run anywhere from like $80 to $200, and the first time you drop them, they break. I learned that the hard way. In fact, I still have one, and I kept it because for me, it's almost like a nostalgic memory, something that I bought for myself when I graduated culinary school, but I have dropped this knife so many times that the actual blade itself is deformed. They've had to change the shape of the knife because I've broken it that many times. I don't know if you can tell right here how many times the tip has cracked. I had another one, which was the shorter knife. All of the blade down here was chipped. Almost like little pieces were bitten out of it. It was so bizarre. But the thing with Japanese knives is the steel is so thin that it's like a sword. It helps you cut so perfect, so delicately, and they're so sharp, but they break. They're delicate. So if you're like me, you're the home cook, you're at home, you're cooking for a family, like you want something that's going to stand the test of time, something that's going to last forever, that's not going to break the bank if your family's using it too and you know they don't take care of things, something that's going to be safe. So how many times have you walked into like a Bed Bath & Beyond and you just buy a butcher block? You buy a butcher block, it has like 17 knives in it, and you use 2 of them. It's so important that you understand the type of home cook that you are, because if I were to summarize my needs, I need a chef knife and I need a paring knife. On a random occasion, I'll need a serrated knife, but if my chef's knife is sharp, I won't need a serrated knife because this one will do the trick just the same. So you guys can see my knife magnet in the background. I have some serrated knives. I have some little tiny paring knives there that I like to keep in case, you know, we have a lot of stuff going on in the kitchen. But I wanted to pull these just to show you guys kind of like the differences. So with Misen knives, you're going to get the weight and the long-lasting durability, but you're also going to get the edge or the sharpness. And it also comes in really fun, but also neutral colors. So you have this beautiful blue, you have the gray, and you have the classic black, which I actually don't have, but I may need to add to my collection. And if you guys are still on the fence on how to replace your kitchen knives, or you've been looking on maybe a reliable knife to purchase to replace your knives, I have to say that the reviews of these knives are in and all of the customers love them. Parker will actually tell me, is the Misen knife clean? And I'm like, nah bro, your knives are over there. These are mine. Please don't touch my stuff. Do you guys remember that meme where the monkey's touching the human that's trying to pet the dog? And he's like, don't touch my friend. Yeah, I'm like, don't touch my knives. It wouldn't be an awesome sponsored post without an awesome promotion attached to it. So today, if you guys use the code COFFEEBREAK, you're going to get 20% off your purchase. That brings the chef's knife down to less than $65. Now, let me remind you, these are very, very decent in size. You can see the angle of the tip is a little bit more narrow, so it's gonna give you very good precision despite being a big, heavy-duty utility knife, you know? And when I mean utility, I don't mean the small ones, I mean like something that you could use every day for all of your needs. So if you've been considering replacing your kitchen knives, if you don't have good quality kitchen knives, if you're just moving out and you wanna invest in something that's not gonna disappoint you in the long run, that's not gonna rust, that's not going to dull quickly, I can't tell you how many times I've tried a new knife and the first 5-6 times I'm like, dang, this is sharp. And then after, all of a sudden, I have no idea where the sharpness or the blade goes. It disappears. And so it's like, what's the point of having a knife if it's so unsafe to use? When your knives are sharp it's a lot safer, believe it or not. So like I said, if you've been looking into replacing your knives, investing in good knives, don't break the bank. You don't need to go buy a Wusthof, you don't need to go buy a Shun. You can invest in 2, maybe 3 kinds of knives. So you don't need a big collection. You don't need to go buy a butcher's block full of knives. You don't need to. All you need is 2 or 3 good, reliable knives. My 2 favorite, like I said, are a chef's knife and a paring knife. You need a little guy and you need a big guy. So I'm gonna put away my really heavy, doesn't stay sharp, and my super sharp, I can't drop or it'll break. And I'm gonna leave these out so that I can show you how I do our cilantro coleslaw. If you guys are interested in checking out these Misen knives, there will be a link in the description box below. All of the Misen products will be available for the 20% discount if you use the code COFFEEBREAK. And if you spend over $75, which is really easy, you will get free shipping. All right, but you're here for the coleslaw recipe. So because I have the knives in front of me, I'm just gonna go ahead and start chopping. Cabbages are really, 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 really sturdy. I mean, they withstand freezing temperatures, so they're kind of awesome. So the way that you cut a cabbage, and I'm gonna change my camera angle here just a little bit. So it's super easy. All you do is you call your dog to come over. You cut off a little bit of the bottom so that it actually stands nice and straight. And then you cut it in half. You guys see how it kind of pops open? It's so tight and there's so many layers. Once you do that, you are going to cut it in half again. So now it's in quarters. Proper knife handling, you guys, remember, always, always, always. And then you'll notice that in a cabbage, you can see how high the root comes up. You want to get rid of that so that you're able to get nice, beautiful shreds out of your wedges. So cut out the root, and then you can get started. And you are going to cut this as thick or as thin as you'd like. Always curling your knuckles so that you don't hurt yourself. Do you see how quickly the knife just goes through the cabbage like butter? Do you remember mise en place? I just reached for my bowl, it was already there waiting. So what we're gonna do, life hack, use your tummy to hold things. All right, you guys, I have to chop off my head to do this part, but this is just a bunch of cut and drop into a food processor or a blender, whatever you have, whatever you prefer to use. So I'm gonna take 3 green onions and I'm going to put them into my little micro food processor. It's really small, but it can actually hold a pretty good amount of food. Then I'm going to do some garlic. I'm going to cut off some jalapeno. Then we're gonna take all the bushy part of a cilantro, and all of this stuff has been pre-washed, okay? So we're gonna put all that in our little processor. What else do we need, Mern? What has mommy forgotten? Ooh, let's try all our lime juice. That's gonna be a good starter. I'm gonna take some low-fat Greek yogurt. I like Fage, it's my favorite, but you can use whatever brand you prefer. I'm sure you could use like coconut yogurt too, sour cream, mayo, depending on the flavor you prefer or the dietary restrictions you're gonna have at your house. So I did a little bit of Greek yogurt, and now I'm gonna go in with some sour cream just because I'm a fan of the tang. Because we're running out of room, I'm gonna blend it a little bit and then I'm gonna put in more stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, so we're gonna try a little bit of a controversial spice, and that's cumin. I'm not a fan of using it all the time, but I am a fan of using it when it's appropriate. So I went ahead and added about 1/2 teaspoon, maybe less, Then I'm gonna do fresh cracked pepper. It has to be fresh, you guys. It makes the biggest difference. Keep in mind that this has to season all of that cabbage we cut. So it may seem like we're doing too much, but it has to season all of the cabbage we already cut. A little bit of a random ingredient that might surprise you guys is honey. So just a little bloop, that's about a teaspoon. All of these measurements, you guys, are like really accurate. So I hope you're taking notes, because if you don't do it perfectly, it doesn't come out. No, that's not true. It's not true at all. You could use sour cream, you could use mayo, you could use Greek yogurt, you could use, I mean, the world is your white sauce. Oh, that smells so good. You know what it needs? That little bit of jalapeno that I left out. It definitely needs some more onion. This is why it's important. Taste as you go. Always taste as you go, so that it comes out perfect every time. Don't just commit, follow a recipe. No, man, you taste as you go and you make that recipe your own. I was gonna say you make that recipe your, you know what I mean? All right, this should be it. This should be perfect. I'm ready to pour this all over my giant bowl of cabbage. All right, you guys, time to clean up. All right, who's ready for a coleslaw hack? It's not really a hack. It's like anytime you dress a salad, it's same concept. So I'm going to put about half of the dressing at the bottom. And then I'm gonna dump all of our chopped ingredients and then drop the other half of the dressing on top. And we are going to shake the living daylights out of it. Ta-da! Yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy. I'm just gonna give you one guess as to which cabbage is my favorite. Ideally, you want your ratios to be 50-50, like green, red, carrots, but I have a soft spot for red cabbage, which, by the way, I think should be called purple cabbage, but I digress. The red cabbage gets its color from anthocyanin, which is actually a really good thing for your body. So if you can eat red cabbage, if you don't get gassy, if you like it, I highly encourage it. So now we just wait. We wait for Parker to come home so that I can make the tacos, and then we can eat. All right, you guys, I meant it when I said you just use any frozen fish in the frozen food aisle. So anything. Today I picked the beer battered. I've done the crispy. I've used my kids' fish sticks before, and it's always just as good. So I have some corn tortillas on the range right now, and you guys know how I love to heat them up. I kind of wet them a little bit first, so that they taste fresh. Alexa, stop. That was my timer. And all you do is, depending on the size of these fish fillets, these aren't the kind that are patties. They're not patties. It's like an actual fish steak. Depending on how big they are, you can cut them. You can use flour tortillas, but traditionally, fish tacos are on corn tortillas. So all I do, because this slaw already has lime, it already has sour cream, it already has jalapeno, literally all you do is the fish fillet, the tortilla, and a good amount of slaw, depending on how much you like it. If you like it crunchy, you know, if you like more, if you like less. If it were just me, Parker weren't here, and I was having lunch, I would cut each of these fish fillets in half. And so each fillet would be 2 tacos. But because this is our dinner and I actually didn't make rice today, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it simple. This is gonna be our meal. So I'm gonna load it up on the actual fish and the coleslaw itself. So here's another one. Here's another, oops. Whoops. All right, let me show you guys the final product. How beautiful are these delicious fish tacos? And I mean, if you don't have to record yourself cutting all that cabbage, if you don't need to film yourself making the dressing, you could knock this out easily in 20 minutes. So in the time it takes you to cook the fish in your oven, my little tiny oven because I don't have an oven right, you want to talk about it right now? So in the time that it takes you to cook your fish, which is 20 minutes, you could do the slaw. It is a very easy meal. It is very delicious. It is very flavorful. I'm burning my tortillas. So I will make sure to list and link the ingredients that we use, the slaw recipe, all that stuff will be listed in the description box of this video. But I need to get real close to you guys for this one. When it comes to being a successful home cook or a home chef, you have to make sure you have the right tools. And the right tools doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money. If you know what to look for, if you know how to take care of your items, you don't have to spend a ton of money on really great tools for your kitchen. So I will make sure to list these Misen knives in the description box below. Don't forget that you can get 20% off your purchase. You can add on that skillet, you can get the small paring knife, you can get the blue, the gray, the black. You can kind of mix it up and make your kitchen your own with your own cool, fun tools. So I'll make sure to list those in the description box below. So take it from experience that I've had the $200 chef's knife and I mildly regret getting it. Like I said, I still have it and I still have it up on the wall because it reminds me of culinary school. So I was really proud of myself. I thought it was a good idea to spend $200 on a knife. Now I've found out the hard way that it's not. So make sure to check out Misen in the description box below. I have to make park roast tacos, but I'm also gonna do a taste test for you guys just because I'm hungry. It wouldn't be a cooking video without one. Look at that. The warm fish with the slaw that's cold on top and tangy and tart and salty. Oh man, that's good. You know what? Next time I'm gonna do serrano peppers instead of jalapenos so it's even more spicy because this isn't spicy enough for me. I like my fish tacos to like kind of kick my ass, you know? Do you guys see my audience? Let me show you my audience. Wait for it. Where's my audience? Hello. Hi. Where's your sister? There she is. Hey you guys, it's 6 o'clock. So I was on Instagram and I was playing with some filters. I didn't actually post anything. I just like playing with the filter. And I realized, why don't they make filters that make your hair look nice? You know, like, I mean, it's nice to have smooth skin even though it's not smooth, but it'd be nice to like camouflage this. Like, is there a filter that takes care of all of this situation right there? Because that'd be real helpful. Right, Bumper? Look at this. Wouldn't that be super helpful? No, Mama, you look pretty. Oh, thank you, Bumper. All right, today was a successful Amazon day. Rather, I haven't gotten all the stuff I ordered. Do you remember the organizing stuff? Still, it's not out for delivery. Today's gonna be one of those days where it arrives like at 11 p.m. But I did get, yep, you're looking at it here first. This is a charging cable, but it looks really cool when it's like actually dark in the room. So it's an LED light charging cable that's split into 3. It has USB-C, it has iPhone, and it has micro mini, HDMI, micro mini, whatever. Like my vlog camera charges with this. My laptop charges with this, and my iPhone charges with this. And I tested it out because I thought, okay, with all these lights running through it, it's super gimmicky, it's gonna take forever to charge. You guys, it charges really fast. So even though it's split like this, the energy isn't split. So if you guys need something kind of gimmicky and stupid, this is like from Amazon, you don't need, but you kind of do because it's actually pretty cool. It was $8, and I thought this would be a really cool charger to either buy for your kids if they need one, or buy for yourself if you have kids that steal your charging cables, because there's no way to hide this from Mama. You know what I mean? All right, the other thing that I got on Amazon today, I promise our kitchen is done. So look at this bad drying rack. So we lost that counter here, which would hide our dish rack. But now that we have this big sink, we used to drain in one of the sinks and then outside. So we had 2 areas to drain. Now we just have this giant sink and we needed a bigger drying rack. Well, I found this matte black one on Amazon. Isn't it sexy? Look how big it is. We got a Vitamix in there. I got the 4 cutting boards that I used today. I got a big bowl. Look at this bowl. Look how big it is. Look at, 1 bumper for reference. Look at that, a massive bowl. So it is a huge drawing rack. So happy with it. And if you're a person that hates clutter and likes to put stuff away, it actually folds right here in half like a sandwich and you can put it away. So that was a winner. What else is a winner, Bumper? Let's go show them. I told you I was gonna show you the soap dispensers. Hi, Angel. Hi, Angel. So we got matte black soap dispensers. I told you they're not Sensor, but they're still amazing. Look at how sexy these are. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I don't think they're plastic, or maybe they are. Anyway, now they match our whole situation. Look at Mern. What do you think? Is that pretty? So like I said, they're not Sensor, but man, our Sensor ones always break. So now, oh, yeah? What's up? What's up? Oh, my needy girl. Yes, you are my needy angel. Why are you so needy? Did you want a fish taco? Is that why you're upset at your mama? You need a fish taco? Anyway, so yeah, look, now it's all matchy-matchy. Look at that. Look over here. Matchy-matchy. That's kind of sexy, right? Before they were silver and they didn't even work and they were like $80. These, I don't remember how much these were, but they're not Sensor. They're not automatic, so probably cheaper. Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Oh, look at this. Oh, I love this extra skin. That's nice. What a nice. Oh, they're nice. Hello, you guys. Happy Saturday. Look at that. How about that? Some nice wife porn this morning. Sexy man doing the dishes. All right, so it's Saturday. It's 11 o'clock. Ernie attacked me. Do you guys have any highly demanding, entitled, high maintenance, like aggressive love requesters? That's Ernie. Where is she? Ernesta. Ernesta! If you are not paying attention to her, when she wants you to pay attention to her, she will paw at you. But she paws at you in a very aggressive, loving kind of way. Like, not aggressive, she's just very enthusiastic. And then this happens. I was telling Parker, I'm like, I think I should change. Because that looks a little, you okay? ¿Qué tiene, mi amor? ¿Qué? Are you okay? Are you okay? What's the matter? Yeah? You want to take your medicine again? Ay, Bombrencito. 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 Are you going to let Mama do her? You going to let Mama do her vlog? No? Are we calm? Are we nice and calm now? All right, so here's the scoop. My vlog went live this morning and I was a little bit nervous because I was sharing my favorite baby products with you guys. And then Love Melissa Michelle just announced her pregnancy, and she and I, our timelines have been very similar. I mean, from the times we got divorced, we got remarried, engaged, all that stuff, like our timelines have been very similar. And I was like, oh man, the comments are gonna start. But lucky for me, only one comment has said, is she pregnant? And it was one of those comments where they don't talk directly to me. Like, if you guys leave comments, do you talk directly to me, or do you talk to the general commentator section? Anytime I get a comment that says, is she on drugs? Like, and it's not directed at me, I have to answer. So I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that we haven't started a rumor about me being pregnant, because there's no babies being had. There's no babies being had. You know which babies I have? I have baby Benjamin. Yep, baby Benjamin is our little baby bird. He finally flew out of the nest. He didn't even say goodbye. Like, I was stalking him for 2 days. For 2 days, I was going out there every 2 hours to make sure he was okay. And he was like gripping, the side of the wooden beam. Just gripping. And then he left and he didn't even say goodbye. I was kind of sad because he was real cute. So you guys know that I always jump on here and I publicly shame myself when I'm gonna make questionable choices. Well, today's one of those days that I'm making a very, very grand questionable choice. I'm not wearing deodorant. It's like 102 degrees outside. It's the peak of summer here in Dallas. I'm wearing a tank top and I chose not to wear deodorant. Why, you ask? Well, because I have lumpy, swollen armpits and I'm very concerned. I tried Googling it and none of the answers were anything that made me feel good about myself. So I just told Parker, I was like, I'm just not gonna wear deodorant. What if my deodorant is making me swollen? What if my lymph nodes are swollen because of my deodorant? What if I got hurt during Pilates? You know, during Pilates, I like pulled my armpit muscle. Is that a thing? Parker, do you have a muscle in your armpit? Like yes. In your actual armpit?
Yes, the armpitius muscularis.
So maybe I pulled my armpitius muscularis. You don't know. So we're doing an experiment. Today's a bad day, huh? I guess we should give them an update. What do you think? Should we knock out your update? Should we knock it out? You have to be present for your update. It'd be rude to talk about you if they don't know you're in the room, even though they can actually hear you. So you guys know Bubba is 16. He has congestive heart failure and he's on a diuretic and heart medication for it. His pulmonary edema is just getting worse and worse and worse. And what that means is he snags my shirt. What that means is that he's basically drowning. Like his lungs are filling up with fluid and he can't breathe, which is why he does this cough. And so they put him on a diuretic, and obviously if you get put on one medication for something, you get a problem for something else. And so he's down to one kidney, and they increased his diuretic, which the doctor basically told us, hey, you know what I think? I think that the more attention you get, the louder you get. I know you don't feel good, but you don't have to keep being louder. Oh, he's probably correcting me. He's like, that's not what the vet said. So the vet basically said the last time we saw him, when his cough got really bad, usually the diuretic works. And if it gets super bad, we take him in for an appointment and they give him a shot of a diuretic and that works instantly. His cough goes away. But this time, I mean, it's just really not working anymore. So they increased his diuretic to 3 times a day. And the vet basically said in a few words, just be prepared. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen really quick, but you just have to be prepared. He said it doesn't matter how happy he is and how much appetite he has and how bouncy and energetic, and he just looks healthy. He said it's like parts get old. You know, your parts get old and they just stop working properly, and sometimes they just give up. So he basically prepared us for the worst. He said, just be on standby. Sometimes with congestive heart failure, the heart muscles detach, and there's really not much you can do about it except, you know, make him comfortable. And we all know what that means. But I guess it's a hard pill to swallow because, like I told you guys, he's my forever dog. He lived with me in California. He was with me before my first marriage. I mean, he's been through everything. But after talking to Sam, she said something that was really important to me that I need to remind myself every day when I wake up and I hear his little cough is, imagine if I was diagnosed with some terminal illness and I knew that my time here on this earth was limited and everyone around me was acting like I was dying. Like, that would be very upsetting, you know? Like, grieving someone in life is not okay. So we are treating him like we're not preparing for the worst, you know? We're here to take care of him when he doesn't feel good. We know what that looks like. We know, you know, we have the doctor on standby, the vet on standby. We know what that looks like. So while yes, we are aware of his age and aware of his medical conditions and disposition and everything, we are not going to treat him like our time with him is limited. We're going to give him the best we can, like just any old Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, we definitely don't want to grieve him in life. That's not fair. That's not fair to him. That's not fair to us. It's such a heavy sentiment to carry, and I'd rather go through it when I need to, not while he's here, because that would just be a waste of time, you know? That's the little update that I wanted to give you guys. So hopefully there's nothing wrong with my armpits. Segue. But yeah, my armpits are lumpy and like swollen and they hurt, and I don't know what's going on. I was telling Parker, I'm like, I don't think it's the deodorant, because I've been using this deodorant for 2 months now and I love it. In fact, I'm loving it more than Native right now. And if it's not deodorant, I'd be really upset. But I would probably be more upset if it was, you know, something really bad. So I hope it's the deodorant. Anyway, we are heading out. I think we're gonna have breakfast. It's 11, I don't know. We're gonna have lunch or breakfast somewhere. We're just gonna head out. I just noticed my laundry basket is just sitting right there. Does anyone else just randomly leave laundry baskets laying around their house? Relatable. Anyway, so my armpits are lumpy. I'm not pregnant. Philpo is amazing and doing super well, and just pray for him, you guys, because he is 16. He's my senior citizen, you know? Like, we're as prepared as we're gonna be. So we're just enjoying him and trusting that God will take him when he's ready for him. But in the meantime, he's mine. In the meantime, he's my bops. Yes, he is. Where am I the double? Oh my goodness. Oh, in the meantime, you're my little man. Yes, you are. I love you. The double. ¿Por qué estás tan guapo? ¿Por qué estás tan guapo? Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. Oh, you're gonna get me. Oh, you're gonna get me. Oh, you're my attacker. And that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. That's really all we do in these vlogs, isn't it? Eat, talk about senior pets, talk about some random body part of mine, and eat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So stick around for more eating and armpit talk. Oh, my organizers arrived last night, but the ones that I was actually waiting for didn't arrive. They're arriving today. So I organized some things in my dresser, not all of them. So when we get back, hopefully they got delivered, and then you can help me organize together. If you guys are organizers, like, this is the vlog for you, let me tell you. I still feel like I need a headset. You know, yesterday from the knife demonstration I was doing for you guys, like, how do we feel about that? Should we bring headsets back? No? Let me just think about it. You guys! All right, so here's the scoop. It is 2 o'clock. We went to eat Korean barbecue for the first time. I had never had it. What? Who am I? And now we smell like a barbecue pit. But I couldn't vlog it because there was like grease splatter everywhere and there was smoke everywhere, and I was like, I just can't. I can't do this. I can't do this to my vlog camera, you know? Like, she pays the bills. She deserves better. But it was delicious, and it was all you can eat. So I may get the meat sweats later, but you want to know what I'm holding at this moment. I told Parker, I was like, I really feel like we should have like a ice cream confection. And he's like, I want to give that to you, but what's a confection? So we found this place called Brewster's. It is Brewster's, right? Like, this is... With a B. Bruce, no, but I mean like brew. Isn't brew with 2 O's or an EW? But it's an us. Brewster's? Brewster's? Brewster. I think it's Brewster's. But look, so Parker and I wanted to try several of their flavors so that we could get an idea of like what kind of creamery this is. It's called Real Ice Cream. So we got the fight. We got the ice cream fight. And then Parker kept saying, flight. Because I was talking to Caleb, the associate here. He's like really sweet. I was like, oh, what flavor is this? What flavor is that? And he's like, Parker's like, flight. And I was like, no, Parker, it's called fight. And he's like, it's flight.
There's an L.
Flight, because you get to pick 4 flavors. I haven't tried it. It's all melting because I'm talking to you guys. But doesn't it make more sense for it to be called a flight, because then you get to pick multiple flavors? And I was telling Parker, I was like, no, it's called fight because they're competing to be your favorite flavor. And he goes, what did you say?
There's an L.
No, that says more about you, or...
That says more about your personality.
Yeah. You think it's the high conflict. Whatever. Does it taste like real ice cream to you? It's light, isn't it?
That's good.
Still like Handles more.
Yeah.
Do you like Handles more?
I do. There's like a lot of sugar in this one.
There's no place to sit here. You just sit outside or in your car.
It's crunchy. There's so
I got
much sugar.
Oreo. I got pickle. Pickle. Mmm! It's butter flavored ice cream with toffee nuggets. I don't want to get my blood work done. There's butter in your veins, ma'am. And then I got pistachio. Mmm. That could be so much more pistachio-y.
Their Death by Chocolate's legit.
Death by chocolate?
Some serious chocolate.
I'm used to having pistachio ice cream to be this fake green color. I love when they dye it green. I know pistachio ice cream is not green, but when it's green, it's amazing. I like it. It's definitely scratching my itch.
Yeah.
But I do like Handles more. So there you go.
Handles and Andes are like top tier.
You can't compare Andes though, because Andes is custard. That's different. And Andes is in its own league. You know, we can go to Dilla's. That's a custard place, and then we can compare.
Okay.
You want to do research?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys,
that kind of work.
this is how you keep the romance alive. You guys are always asking me how we keep our romance alive. You go to multiple ice cream places at once, okay? Hey you guys, happy Sunday. Don't let this face fool you. It is 10 o'clock and I have a raging headache. I woke up at 6 o'clock. Do you guys ever have that, like, you wake up just a little bit before you're supposed to wake up, so you're like, I'm just gonna sleep in a little bit. And then you fall into the most profound sleep, actually are capable of dreaming, and then wake up. That happened to me, but I woke up with a headache, which wasn't fun. I don't think the headache is related to the falling back asleep, which I don't know why I shared that, but welcome to your almost 40s where you get headaches and armpit pain for no reason. So, today is Sunday. Parker's working. And we had a very, very, very interrupted night's sleep because poor Bo's cough has gotten so bad. So today is Sunday. I ordered the few groceries that I needed for this week's meals, and Walmart substituted a bunch of my stuff that I didn't want, and now I'm stuck with it. The good news is that I was able to go on the app and be like, I don't like the substitute, and I don't have to take it back to the store. So now I'm stuck with cream cheese coffee cake and brownie brittle cookie brownie cakes. What Parker says they look good, but it's not what I wanted. You know what I wanted? This raging headache and me. When I get a headache, I treat myself to things. It's like I'm PMSing, you know? I'm like, oh, I have a headache, so I'm gonna eat some cake. And I wanted coffee cake. And pound cake. That's the Entenmann's coffee cake and Entenmann's pound cake. And they substitute it with, actually let me show you. You guys can tell me if it's good or not, so then maybe I won't open it. They substituted Entenmann's brownie chocolate chip. What is this? Is this cake or cookies or brownies? It's weird looking, huh? It's like a loaf. It looks like a gansito. You don't know what that is? You're missing out on life. And then they gave me these. I don't like double stuffed anything. In fact, the reason I like these is because of the cookie, not the filling. I scrape out the filling. I scrape out the filling out of these and Oreos. I know, send the cops to arrest me. That's a crime. And then they gave me these cream cheese coffee cakes. This is not what we wanted. We wanted the Entenmann's coffee cakes that have those like giant crumbles at the top. Oh, those are my favorite. You know, I could just bake some coffee cake, but oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. No ovens. So, what was the point of me coming over here? Oh, I remember. So, I'm not the home edit kind of person. Like, I'm very organized. I'm very type A, but I don't believe in the home edit because, like, containers like these are smart for loose products, like weighted products, like baking soda, sugar, stuff like that. But transferring food items like cereal to me doesn't make sense because, yes, we like processed foods. Take it all in. Listen, balance. Balance. Do you see how all the sugary stuff is up here? It's there for a reason. And our kids are so smart and they're so sweet and they're so noble, of like noble character. They're stubborn in certain things, but like when it comes to snacks and sweets, they already know. They finish their dinner, they do their chores, like they earn a sugary treat, which is nice. So there's always balance involved. They know they have to eat their veggies and they ask for fruit, and when they ask for snacks, they'll usually ask for yogurt or fresh fruit. So this is always considered a treat. I just wanted to get that out of the way for all of those that are very concerned with the amount of processed food we have. These are our lunchbox snacks, which is what I'm going to get to in a second. But yeah, transferring this stuff into containers like this, it always bothers me because they never fit completely. So you'll have the leftovers and then you'll have the container, and there's too much movement, too much exposure, you know? So if like a whole bag of flour fits in here, I'm okay with that. But cereal, it doesn't make sense. So stuff like this, where it all fits in a container, it's satisfying, you know? And then the kids are, the common sense comes later in life. And so if stuff isn't out, they don't know it's there. Like down there, the amount of times that I've gotten asked for Doritos, Cheetos, Funyuns, oh, they're in there, guys. They need to move stuff over. You know what I mean? So organizing it like this is super satisfying, and this wasn't actually the intention of these organizers. I ordered these organizers for my dresser, but I didn't know which ones would fit. So these actually didn't work out for my dresser. These have little 4 dividers in them. They're not adjustable, so they're fixed. The 4 sections are fixed. So these were intentionally, or I ordered them for my dresser, but I wasn't sure which ones would fit. So I thought they would look cool in the pantry. And now that we're going back to school next week, it'll be easy. The kids help me pack their lunch in the morning after they eat breakfast. So they know they have their main lunch item. They have a fruit. They have a carb, which is usually a chip or a granola bar or a cracker. And then they have a treat and a yogurt. So there's always 5 items in their lunchbox, plus their side snack that they can eat after school. So when items are like this, you know, I'll tell Daniel, okay, now go pick your carb, your cracker, your chip, you know, your salty snack. And they come over here and they know, okay, that's gonna be over here. If they get a sweet, they can either have a fruit snack, they can have these. Do you guys remember these were called Kudos? Are you that old? I'm almost 40, and Kudos were my favorite. My mom would actually get them at Costco, but they're the same concept as Kudos. Kudos were my favorite. So you got your salty snacks, you got your sweet. Sometimes they like to get one of these little cake sticks as their sweet, depending on what's in their lunchbox. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. But the organizers that I was talking about yesterday, who's coming with me? Anybody? Any takers? Any takers? You wanna come with Mama? No? All right. Peace out, Cub Scout. Where's my princess? Where's my princess? Say hi to your friends. Hey, you know how many people ask about you? You know how many people ask about you? They just love you because you're so sassy. My little sassy Magoo. All right, so these are the organizers that I got for... Do you guys remember when I was struggling to find leggings? I don't have that problem anymore. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Is that satisfying? Is that KonMari enough for you guys? No, KonMari would have like 4 leggings. There's too many. I actually have to purge them, but in order for me to purge them, I have to try them on. And trying on these many leggings should be an Olympic sport, which I do not qualify for. So these are just these containers. So the containers themselves are, I think, 12 inches long. They are 4 inches high and 6 inches wide. I think, something like that. You know what, you get my drift. So 5 of them fit across in this drawer, and these are the ones that I have for my leggings, which I didn't think I was gonna like, because remember I was telling you guys about the curve in the dresser, which is super annoying. But look, it's really blendy, isn't it? Like you can almost not see the containers. Now, if that bothers you, you can move them back. Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Move them back, and then it's lined up, then you get that gap. So it actually looks cool when you move them like that. Doesn't that look cool? It's like super satisfying because the containers are invisible, so it just looks like they're standing up on their own free will. And then these are the tops and the shorts. This this one's not as satisfying, but it's the only way that I could figure out how to organize it. But you see the gap? And the gap has to be there because the container itself is too wide. So I wanted these containers to fit this way as opposed to lengthwise. So do you see the divider that's in there? I wanted the divider to go up and down, but we couldn't make it work. But side by side, it almost fits to the edge of the drawer. This is as good as it's gonna get, you guys. So we got those. It's a 3-row divider. So these are 2 dividers and they have 3 sections. Again, the sections are fixed. You can't move them around, like you can't adjust them. But I adjusted it, or rather I organized it. These are all my socks that annoy the people of the internets. Then I have my long tank tops with the bra. So these are long, they are not cropped. Then I have bras. Then I have my shorts. And then these are the cropped high neck tanks or bras. I guess I could call them a bra, but I like them because there's no cleave. There's no cleavage, there's no boobage, nothing. It's like a crew neck, and then the racer back in the back doesn't hurt, and they go to about my belly button. So if you wear high-waisted leggings and then this to your belly button, you're not really showing much midriff unless you're doing a lot of jumping around and stuff. And these are my favorite from Target. But yeah, this is what we ended up with, but it's not super organized. These are the drawer dividers that I've showed you guys a million times already on YouTube, on here, where else? And then my jeans. I used to have 2 drawers of jeans. I condensed it down to 1, so I'm very proud of that. But I'm also kind of sad because that means like none of my jeans were really fitting. And they were fitting because my body changed. It feels like I gained weight, but the scale has the same number on it. I just think my body changed around. It kind of reminded me of, girl talk, it kind of reminded me of after I had Mateo, my first son. I had Mateo, I lost all the weight. In fact, I lost more of the weight than I gained. I actually gained 75 pounds when I was pregnant with Mateo. It was horrendous. But none of my pants fit. None of my pants fit. My butt changed, my hips changed, my waist changed, everything changed. I went from never having hips to having hips. So it was very bizarre. None of my pants fit. And that's kind of how I feel now since I've been going to Pilates since May. I don't feel like I notice a difference in my body, but when I put my clothes on, I'm like, everything feels tighter and I weigh the same. My armpits still hurt, by the way. So anyway, this Sunday check-in wasn't meant to be a conversation about my drawers or my armpits. I just wanted to let you guys know I had a headache, in case you care. I don't know what we have going on today. We started watching The Walking Dead. I think season like 27 or something. Netflix just released it. And I'm like, do they change directors? Or do you think the director like has like a 3-year-old son and he's like, hey, let's pretend we're playing zombies. What would happen next? And then the little kid's like, okay, so there's water zombies, and then the water zombies have a nuke, and then people start to wear the zombie skin, and then the evil leader of the zombie skin leaders talks like a snake. Like, is there just nothing else to watch on Netflix that this is what my life has come to? Parker and I got home yesterday after eating our little ice cream date, and I turned it on because I was organizing my drawers, and he's like, are you watching this crap again? And I was like, listen, I just need some white noise on as I organize, because I just need some white noise, okay? While I organize my bras, I would like some white noise. Well, we got into it, and we watched like 8 episodes yesterday, and I was like, and every episode we would see, we were like, God, this is terrible, but we'd keep watching. We didn't learn our lesson. Like we did not learn our, we just kept watching. Like we were invested in the garbage that is The Walking Dead now, you know? After Michonne became a leader and Maggie left, like I was done. I was done. I almost quit when Negan was the highlight of the season because it was almost too cruel for me. But now that Negan is back and he's like, spoiler alert, trying to be nice, I don't know. The alpha, gamma, beta, whatever situation is really, it's kind of grossing me out. So that's where we are now. But that was my check-in. Do you guys want to go prep fruit with me? Because that's what I do on Sundays. I know you guys find this content, like, I know you guys wake up on Saturday mornings and you're like, dear God, I really hope Danny posted a new vlog because I wonder how she is going to completely changed my life with her riveting content this weekend. I wonder if she's gonna do anything that will change my life today. Is she gonna cut watermelon in a way that I've never seen before? Is she gonna talk about another one of her body parts that I'm fully invested in? Like, this is why you're here. I know, and I try my best to deliver. Like the excessive dog content. Do you see the dog right there? There's like a little baby sheep on my bed. But on Sundays are the day where I prep all of our fruit for the week. Because if I don't do it that way, all the times that I hear, can I have a snack? Can I have a snack? Can I have a snack? I don't have the power to be like, go get it yourself. But if I prep it on Sundays, then there's fresh watermelon, there's grapes, there's strawberries, everything's ready to go. All they have to do is stick their grubby little hands in the fridge and eat a healthy snack. And so it helps me feel like a better mom. And it also helps when school's back in session and you're packing lunches in the morning. You don't have to wash fruit, you don't have to prep fruit. You literally just grab it and put it in their containers or their, what's the name of those little bags we use? What are those bags I use? You guys know the names of the bags. They're washable silicone bags. You guys, don't vlog when you have a headache because there's really no point. Everything just falls out of your brain. I was telling Parker, I'm like, this is a weird headache. I've never felt a headache like this before. It feels like my head is in a vice and it's not pain, it's just pressure. And he was like, well, my head hurt like that yesterday, so maybe you have allergies. And I always have this conversation with him, which is almost like a one-sided conversation, poor Parker, where I'm like, I don't have allergies. I'm from California, I'm a thug. Like, I don't get environmental allergies like everyone in Texas. Like, everyone's allergic to everything in Texas. And I'm like, I just want to open a window. Like, I love to open windows, but we can't because people have allergies, you know? Like Mateo, poor Mateo, he has to walk around with like a red snotty nose like half of the year for 6 months. And, oh, everyone has allergies. And I don't think I can say that anymore. I don't think I could be like, well, I'm from California, I don't have allergies. I think I may be suffering from allergies. And I get them in a weird way, like headaches, itchy eyes. Like, I get itchy eyes sometimes, not all the time. I get itchy eyes, or that, like, when you swallow and like the back of your throat hurts a little bit. Because I don't actually ever get sick. I just feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm just whining at this point because we're friends and that's what friends do. Do you guys get allergies like that? Let me know. Let's go cut some fruit, yeah? kind of want to show you guys a little behind the scenes of what sometimes Sundays look like. Besides death. I sound like Topo now. Whenever I have a week that I don't know how it's gonna go, like Tuesday there's gonna be a ton of people in the house. Cabinet guys are coming back, roofing guys are coming back, garage guys are coming back. So it's one of those days where I don't feel like I belong to my own schedule. So I plan our meals that are gonna be easy, that are almost thoughtless. And if I can prep them in advance, they help me a ton. So I'm gonna show you kind of what I have behind me right now. So the first and most important thing is banana nut muffins, just kidding. So I have to make dog food. Then Parker's lunches, we have some steak and some chicken breast. This is going to be like a creamy garlic chicken that I make. So I soak it in milk because that saves me the time of having to dip it in egg and then dip it in flour. So when you soak it in milk, it's a brine slash sticky agent for the flour, which helps you make the sauce. And you can do this up to 2 days in advance. Then I made some fresh pico to use up the jalapenos and cilantro that I bought for the slaw that I did a few days ago. And then I have cauliflower and broccoli, which are a go-to vegetable that all the kids actually eat. And this is either gonna be for a pasta dish that I make on Wednesday, or if I decide that, you know, it's a different vegetable I wanna do, or I wanna drop it in a soup, then I already have it prepped and ready to go, and I'm not gonna make that mess again. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do a very easy fajita, like a cheating fajita dish on the grill outside, and then some rice on the inside. So I cut the peppers and I cut the asparagus, which I'm gonna throw on the grill with the steaks at the same time. It'll all be done at the same time. And at any given time in the day tomorrow, I can make the rice on the stovetop and just keep it warm. This helps me feel on track, like I'm actually already ahead of the week, and I don't get overwhelmed in the week when stuff comes up, which inevitably it will. So we got that. I gotta take out the trash. Always take out the trash when you peel watermelon, because it's one of the filthiest, most disgusting trashes you're ever gonna get. Like a loving husband, he heard me and he's like, I can do that. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but I like to prep next to the sink because it's like a cut and drop, cut and drop, cut and drop. It's very easy for me to not make a big mess and spread out all over the kitchen. And always, always, always cut your proteins last, specifically pork and chicken. So if you're working with pork and chicken, always save that to the very end. In case you have any spills, you're not gonna contaminate everything else that you've already prepped. So this is me feeling successful and good about myself. It actually really helps me with ADD or ADHD. My problem is focusing, and I get overwhelmed with my long list of to-dos. So if I get a good start, then I don't feel behind. I always feel behind. If I have a head start, I feel like I'm on track. Does that make sense? It's like if you're on time, you're late. If I'm early, I'm on time. So if I have a step ahead of my to-do list, I feel like I'm on track as opposed to behind. Right, Bumper? Do you care a little bit? No? So that's the update. You know what, it also is very relaxing and cathartic to me when I have a lot of prep work, a lot of cutting. Anytime I have to do a lot of cutting, for me, it's almost like meditation, because I can zone out and do something that I really enjoy, and it's just very relaxing. Although I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I didn't have sharp knives. Did you guys see me using the Misen knives? If you were to say, Danny, gun to your head, what do I need from the Misen website? I would say the chef's knife and the paring knife. Like I said, a serrated knife is nice, but if your knives are sharp, it's extra. Like, you don't need to be extra. You just need two really good knives, you know? So I am going to start making the dog's food. I'm probably gonna get a head start on Parker's lunches. And at some point he's gonna be really frustrated because we still haven't had breakfast. So I'm waiting for him to be like, so, are you hungry? And now we are observing a Parker in his natural habitat, tinkering with his sidekick Popo and his reliable cough.
Quality control.
What's happening right now? What is this?
We're marking all the dents. So
We're gonna do the incisions.
Because you can't
it's like a plastic surgeon.
You can't always see it without a mark on it. So.
Security's here. Now she wants an explanation.
Yeah. Always supervised.
She always supervises.
Being supervised.
All right, so here's the scoop. It's almost 4 o'clock. Mr. Parker bought a dent. Oh no. Oh no. There goes my manicure. There goes my Skittles manicure. So he bought this thing off Amazon that he's not quite sure it'll work. But if it does, it's awesome. If it doesn't, well then don't buy it, guys. So what it does is it pulls out dents from the refrigerator. When we moved, the movers were jerks and they dented our fridge. And what did we get? We got like a whole $20 for that?
Yeah, not enough to do the repairs.
You know, you should have done your like anger thing you did last week with them.
I always pull that out on special occasions. And I felt bad because these guys worked really hard and did a really good job with everything else, but the refrigerator just got dinged up.
How much was this?
This was like 50 bucks, in the range of 50 bucks. And you got like a lot of attachments. You would affix these.
It has a hot glue gun.
Yeah, you affix these things with hot glue to the dent. And then that goes under there, and then you start pulling it, and it kind of lifts the dent out.
How do you feel about this?
Supposedly.
Do you feel like it's gonna... What, are you like, you get good energy? Vote, just vote. You can't, she doesn't want to hurt your feelings. She doesn't want to vote.
Yeah, I remain neutral, okay?
Yeah. Randers is Switzerland, like forever and always. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
So I feel good about it, but I think it's only going to work with like big stuff. I don't think it'll work on these little tiny dings, like these tiny, almost invisible. I don't think it will, but I think on the really big squishy ones, I think it will work. So we'll see. Just don't mess up the eyes, okay? These are very expensive. Yes. Limited edition, custom made, one of a kind.
Yeah, we're not gonna damage them.
Do not damage.
Leave the eyes alone. Don't work around the eyes.
So yeah, it's this kit. It's a dent remover kit.
Yeah, it's for cars.
Oh.
It's for cars.
Don't tell Taryn.
But I've seen guys use it on refrigerators to some success.
So this isn't for the refrigerator?
No, it's for your car.
So you omitted key piece of information when you were telling me about this dent kit.
Well, it's a dent removal. I mean, it can be used on anything else.
So I guess it's not a lie. It's a lie by omission, which isn't really a lie.
Nobody's lying. Nobody's making anything up.
Do you see how triggered he gets? He gets all flustered. If he had feathers, they'd be all puffy right now.
You're poking.
Puffy feathers.
I feel like I'm being interrogated right now.
Well, maybe because it's for cars that are like bigger and thicker and heavy duty, and this is thinner, it'll be way more successful. That's a good theory, right?
Yeah. We're gonna try this little guy right here first.
So this morning, Parker, I don't remember what we were talking about, but Parker's like, you know what you would be really good at? And I was like, what? His compliments are usually like, you look pretty, but like anything like super deep. And I was like, oh my God, today's the day. He's like, you would be really good at writing a conspiracy theory book. And I was like, I'll take it. So yeah, those are the kind of compliments you get when you get married. Who's excited? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Oh, that's true. You can't see it once you're there. Is it like basic glue? Is it Gorilla Glue? Do they tell you, or is it a secret?
They sent 2 types of glue. Like one's like super hold and one's like regular hold.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. They sent the glue gun and everything. It's like everything you need is right in the kit.
Oh, and you get a bag. You get a cool little bag. Oh, you want to get a spray bottle? Get a spray bottle?
What?
To wipe it clean, probably.
How do you get the glue off?
Get a little scraper? Get a little scraper? Ooh, you know what? There's the stainless shine on here, so it's not going to fix really well. We probably should have Windexed it. That quick?
It's gone.
What do you think, guys? Why does my camera look smudgy? Is my camera smudgy? Sorry, guys, about the close-up.
It's almost completely gone. Just gotta do
Which is the circle? Okay.
It's like right there.
All right, do the big one. We need like I need gratification here.
Okay.
Did you hear that sigh of desperation? My poor husband.
I had a whole system when I was gonna do this.
My poor husband's like, all right, what's your system? I got 4 hours and 18 minutes left of footage. Is that enough for you, Overanalyzer? 4 hours and 19 minutes.
I'm kind of working magic here.
17 minutes. Even Thope was like, ugh, where's my bed? Okay, so we got glue. Suction cupper thing. There's different sizes.
depending on your dent.
You're not supposed to shove it in?
This one's long, so you get like a longer.
Show me your suction cuppers. Oh, look at this!
So, all kinds of
Look
dents.
it!
And so you get this dent puller comes with it.
This is ridiculous. Well, how do you know what texture to pick? Do you guys see the texture? All the textures are varying. This one has holes in it. This one has gashes, and this one has swirls.
And this is another one.
For big ones.
Yeah, for big ones, I guess. It comes with its own you guys too.
Wow. Oh, look, and it's a crayon. So you can mark on paint. Kind of like when you get your car repossessed or towed, or you park in the wrong place at the mall and the mall's closed and then your car gets towed and you can't get it until the next day and you can't tell your parents, so your brother picks you up and takes you to get your car. Too much information?
And you got this these pry guys for like removing door panels and stuff.
Is this a carjacking kit? Is this gone in 60 seconds?
It could be.
Am I showing my age? When every girl in America had a crush on Angelina Jolie? Look at this. What, you didn't tell me. What's the what's why? Why grooves, polka dots, and swirls? Why?
I don't know.
You know, one thing I really love about Parker is he'll tell you, I don't know. Yeah. I won't. I'll be like, well, actually, when I was reading the manual, it said that approximately 2 swirls.
I didn't read the manual either. But I watched some videos on YouTube.
Because YouTube never lies. All right. Oh boy. Okay, let's do it. I think I should do it this way, so I don't get the weird glare. Is that gonna affect your mojo?
I don't think so. My mojo is very sensitive.
Everything is sensitive.
Okay.
Am I right?
Everybody here is sensitive. Don't start,
We are.
Don't single me out.
Oh.
Snug. All right. Now we just give it some gentle pullage.
Look at. So once it comes up, it's ready. It'll tell you when.
You just kind of, according to the instructions, you just kind of work on it like this for a while.
The instructions you didn't read. You're talking about the video right now, aren't
Well, it's
you?
not a science. It's more of an art.
Oh, all right. See how gentle he is? Look at that, gentle, manly hands. You know, even the trash can agrees. Look at that. The trash can's like, yeah, he is. Ah! Oh no. Did it work? Everyone's in suspense right now, Parker. In their homes. There's no more dent, but now there's glue. Oh no! Now there's just a big scratch. I'm just kidding. It'll come off with that graffiti or the Goo Gone stuff.
Yeah, let's try.
Be careful because it's super slimy.
Oh yeah, that took it right off.
Yeah, see? It's magic. And so did the dent. I mean, it's there, but it's invisible.
Well, they said you have to do it, sometimes you have to do it more than once, so I
Wow.
think maybe with one more application.
Yeah. Well, and you can tell it's a lot. It looks more than it is because stainless has that slopey sheen. So if there's an interruption, it's going to be more obvious. But the physical dent is minimal. So this would be like amazing with vehicles, like in cars. This stuff, you guys. So when I was potty training Mateo, he was old, y'all. He was like 3 or 3.5. The only way I could get him potty trained is with ticos. Ticos are stickers, and for him, they were Band-Aids. And so anytime he'd use the potty, he'd get a Band-Aid and he could stick it on his bathroom door. So the actual bathroom door was covered in Band-Aids. And you guys know Band-Aids have all those little holes. So when you try to remove them, they split apart. It's really hard. This will remove any sort of tape, sticker, any sort of sticky residue. It's way better than Goo Gone. It's like magic. But it is very, 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 very oily. So you really have to wipe stuff down after you use it or it's like really slick. But it's magic, man. It removed like 1,000 little kid Band-Aids off of the door without ruining the paint. So it's pretty cool. All right, Parker, I'm gonna give you like 3 more minutes of footage. What do you think?
It's like hard to see where the dent is.
I'm nervous right now.
You nervous?
No, nervous. You know how Daniel says everything weird, like Home Depot? He says nervous. And when you correct him, oh, you're nervous, buddy? You're nervous? He goes, no, Mom, I'm nervous. When his stomach hurts, he says he has a stomach ache. stummy ache. I'm like, stomach ache or tummy ache? He's like, stummy ache. Oh. That glue, man. This, have you guys ever seen black glue? I have not.
I'm afraid to use it. So just how strong is it?
Is the black one the stronger one?
The black one is
Fucker, you should have started there.
No,
you
no,
always
no.
start off at max velocity
No, you do not.
and
You
then
absolutely
take it
don't.
back.
That is completely wrong.
This is the difference. This is the difference.
Yeah, a little bit and work your way up.
No, you always go full throttle and then fix it.
My doctor would disagree with you.
If you've ever wondered what marriage is like, one person is crazy, one person is boring, one person is impulsive, the other person is not. Rational, I guess you would say. And then I go like ham sandwich. I go all in. I'm like, hey, I like that t-shirt. I want it in 10 different colors. Parker's like, I'm gonna buy one with Prime Wardrobe. I'm gonna try it on. I'm gonna wear it and then I'm gonna wash it. And if it works, then I'll order maybe one more color. That's marriage, you guys. All right, you guys, the master is done. What do we think? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you're not gonna get it perfect, but you're gonna get it better. So, would you recommend it or no?
Yeah, I would say give it a try.
Yeah?
You might have better luck than me. I think if I could have just kept going and over and over and over again.
You're over it.
But
You need a little break.
I'm trying.
You know why we're over it? Because his loving wife did this. I was like, listen, Walmart gave me these substitutes. We might as well taste them. And if they're not delicious or no one's gonna eat them, then Parker can volunteer as tribute and take them to work.
That's right.
His friends at work are the best because they eat all the like chips and stuff the kids don't like. They just don't know that.
They'll eat anything that's free.
So this is our Sunday in a nutshell, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed our dent removal service. So if you guys would like to hire Parker for his dent removal service, I will leave his contact information in the description box below. He shows up, tips are voluntary, and I think that's it. Yeah? Oh, sometimes he brings his lovely assistant, Randers, with him.
She's a lot of help.
Anyway, you guys, that is it for this vlog. Don't forget that if you want to check out Misen knives or any of their cookware, we do have a promo going on right now that is 20% off your total purchase, and you get free shipping if you spend $75. So if you want to check out those amazing knives that I've been showing you guys all weekend, all the information will be listed in the description box below. But for now, I have to go eat like 17 more Keebler Elf cookies and probably do some laundry. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I'm forgetting to do today, but anything and everything that you saw in this vlog will be listed and linked in the description box of this video. I love you so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys. Can you say bye to your friends? Mom, can you say bye to your friends? You're being a rude right now, ma'am.